To my video today, you guys. I'm excited to be sharing this information with you guys. I've wanted to do this video for a while and I'm finally getting around to filming it. I want to talk to you guys about two apps I use on my phone that help me with my memory keeping. So I do Project Life. You guys know I do Project Life albums. I do a family album and then I do an album for each of my kids. And they're a yearly album. So our family album runs from January to December, and then all of my kids' albums run from their birthday month to then the month before their birthday, and there's several years in one album for them. So that's kind of a little bit of what albums I'm putting together. And then of course I have all of my side albums that I do. So my One Little Word, this year I did the mini 30 Days of Thankfulness. I'm going to talk about that. I'm doing my December album. So there's a lot of documenting that happens at any given time in what I'm doing. So I wanted to share with you two apps that I absolutely love for memory keeping, okay? So we're going to go here on my phone. And so first, I only use my iPhone for taking photos for just everyday documenting. I'm a huge believer in everyday documenting those everyday moments. So a lot of the things, I keep saying so, you guys, like let's pause for a minute. Can I not say so again? Is anybody else getting annoyed about that? Because I am. All right, so I'll try to stop saying it. First, I do use my iPhone for all of the photos that I'm taking. And then I've tried to create things for you guys to help you. So I have my ultimate documents that I do. So I have the ultimate guide to capturing everyday moments. I have my ultimate guide for Project Life plastics. These are some things that I try to do to help you guys with your documenting. So that's why I'm sharing with you the two apps that I use. I have a folder right here on my phone that's called Photos. And in here I have my Photos app. I have my Pick Tap Go, which is the app that my go-to app for editing. And this Pick Tap Go app actually ties in to the Project Life app. It's actually one of the editing tools that you can use in Project Life. Becky Higgins talks about the Pick Tap Go app all the time. Clearly it's a part of her app as well. She's partnered with them. So that is the one that I use for editing. And then these other two apps are the ones I'm going to talk about. Of course, I'm going to talk about the Project Life app, and then I'm going to talk about a journaling app. So let's go into the Project Life app, and I want to show you guys what I use it the most for. So here's the thing. I don't like using the app to actually document. I'm using it to do some pages for a work album that I keep up on for myself and for a friend. And so I am using the pages, you know, right here where you can actually put together pages. But for whatever reason, I have a really difficult time using the app. I feel like when I'm putting together a page, I'll show you some of the pages that I've put together. If you go in here to library, here are some of the pages that I've put together. So what I feel like happens when I'm putting together pages in the app, I do a 6x8 work album, and they are work-related photos. So I feel like what happens when I am doing these pages in my app is I feel like I get confused. Like I feel like I will work on a page and then I'll go to work on another page and I'll be like, did I use that photo already? Or I'll feel like, does this page look good with the page that I did before? And I get kind of confused at how it's going to lay out in the album, which is why I've never gone to using just the app. I feel like it's easier to use just the app to do your Project Life documenting, but I feel like for me putting the actual album together and understanding like how the layout is going to work, I'm such a visual person that it's very difficult for me. One of the things I do is I do the pages, I do several of them, and then I actually share them with my documented membership group, and I do a blog post where I will lay these out, and it kind of helps me to see like how things are going to go in the album, and then I can explain it to the people who are in my membership group, which helps them. So here's some of the pages that I've done, and again, this isn't how I use the app all of the time. So mainly what I use this app for is, again, if you're not doing digital pages, like using the app, you still need this app. It is amazing. Becky Higgins is phenomenal. She's brilliant. So one of the things that you can do in this app, let me grab something that I can like poke these pieces with here. So this is the piece that this little triangle right here is what I use the most. This app the most for. So if you click on here, you're gonna see that there comes up some like a grid, right? Right up here, if you click on this, what you're gonna find is down here are all these different layouts. So we have a 12 by 12 square, a 4 by 6. Here's a 4 by 6 in the opposite way. And then as you start moving down, you see here's 2 3 by 4s on one 4 by 6. And then the different orientation. 4 photos, you know, 4 little photos, like what, 2 by 2 maybe? Or maybe a little different, 2 by 3, I guess, on one 4 by 6. And then here is like a 4 by 4 with 2 by 2, right? And so you see all these different orientations that you can do. Then there's a 6 by 8. Then there's 6 by 8 layouts, okay? So what I do a lot is I will either do 2 3 by 4s, because then when I get the photo, I cut it down the middle, and then I have 2 3 by 4s to go in the pocket, right? Because then I'm just gonna save this to my phone as a 4 by 6. It will go right to my camera roll. When I upload photos, this uploads as a 4 by 6, okay? So I also use it to enlarge photos, okay? So here's a 12 by 12, so I enlarge this, then I save it in the app and I get it printed, or I will do the same for the 6 by 8 when I'm putting together those 6 by 8 pages for my work album. Like right here, there's a couple. So here's a 6 by 8 photo that I did in the app. This was a 4 by 6 photo I took. It was just a normal photo I took with my phone. Then I went into the app and I put the photo into a 6 by 8 canvas and saved it. I will get this printed right through the app, and then I will have a full 6 by 8 photo. So I do that with my 12 by 12 photos if I want an enlargement of a 12 by 12 photo. So here's an example of something that I needed to use the app for. So my husband posted on Facebook, and have you guys seen on Facebook the kind of like the challenge that goes around where it's like 7 days of black and white photos and you don't a description? So my husband's doing this, which I think is so fun. Not into doing stuff like this. So he's taking these photos. Well, he's not great at like the orientation of photos, or he doesn't always like necessarily think about how a photo would like fit into an album or how it would print out. He just takes a photo, right? There's no thought to it. So what I do is I go into that photo, because this is a great way for my husband's voice to get into our Project Life family album. So I go into Facebook and I save the photo to my camera roll. Okay, now this is like in an orientation that's not like a 4 by 6 that's gonna fit into our family album really well. So, but I'm gonna save that photo to my camera roll. Then I'm gonna go into my Project Life app. I'm going to go into the collage feature. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to select 4 by 6, a 4 by 6 canvas. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my photos. I'm going to grab that photo that he took, and it's going to be off some because of the way he took it. Like you can see, like it's much bigger than, you know, what the 4 by 6 canvas is. But what I'm going to do is just adjust that to how I want it. And then I'm going to save it. So I'll minus that. I will click this button down here. So this is like your upload button down here. I'm going to hit export right there. That's going to do that. And then I'm going to save it to my camera roll. Okay, so boom, that's done. So now we'll go back into the camera roll. So now I have my 4 by 6 photo that I can just upload to my regular printing place. It's going to print like a 4 by 6 because it's on a 4 by 6 canvas. I will come over here to the photo I saved from Facebook and I'll delete that photo, okay? That is one of the ways that I am using this app. It's probably the way I use it the most. So now I can go in here. I'm done with that. I can say yes. And then what I'll need to do is completed collages. I go in here every now and again. You can see that I don't have very many in here right now because I've recently deleted and cleaned out this folder. So here's one that I did. This was a Facebook post that I did when I was headed to Salt Lake. So to put this, I wanted to put this in my pages for my work album. What I did is I did the same thing I just showed you. I went to Facebook, I saved the status to my Facebook page, I went into a 4x6 canvas, and I put that in the 4x6 canvas, I enlarged it some, and then I saved it. So then that translated into this page right here. I have that piece right here, that photo, that's the 4x6 and the 4x6 pocket. And then I have a photo of us in the airport and then a photo of us taking off in the airplane. And that will be that page. Again, I'm not always doing the pages in the app. This is a special project that I'm just keeping up on. And that's why I'm doing that. The other reason that I'm doing these pages in the app is because I don't have to worry about the orientation of my page protectors. When you do Project Life in the physical sense, if you're using a page protector that has a 4x6 pocket and then 2 3x4 pockets here, when you turn the page, on the back of this page protector, you are locked into this design. When I'm doing this work album, I don't have to worry because this is just going to print as one 6x8 canvas and then it's going to go into a 6x8 page protector. So on the back of this photo, on the back of that page, I could have this page and it wouldn't matter because, again, I don't have to worry about the orientation of the page protectors, okay? So that is a benefit to using the app, and it's one of the reasons I use the app for this particular work album that I keep up on. So again, what I'll want to do is come in here and make sure I clean this out every once in a while, but that's easy to do. And then you can have folders on here. So this is Wendy's current pages. So this is her current pages for her work album that I'm doing that I need to get printed, but I'm still working on those pages. And then you can see that the kits are here and the kits that I own. So the other way that I use this particular part of the app is I go in here and I grab a 4x6 canvas, and then here you can put a photo or you can actually put a single card from one of the kits. Let me go to one that's already downloaded. So here's the Aqua kit. So I can just grab this and it's a card from the Aqua kit and I can print this out as a 4x6 photo. So I can save this to my camera roll and then I can get it printed. So what I've recently done is I did a whole bunch of these. I would go in, I would choose a card, and then you can have your writing on here. And what I did is I started using these for my team, and I will put, like I put on here, like, congratulations, top in sales, or congratulations on your promotion. You can either type that out, or you can use the voice button right here, and you can just speak, and then it will write whatever you're speaking, which is really nice. So I did that with a bunch of these cards, and I saved them to my camera roll, and then I got them printed, and then it's what I send out to my team. So if I have somebody who is in top sales, I'll send them one of these, and then I'll write on the back of the actual, it comes out on photo paper because I'm having it printed on photo paper. I'll write on the back of it, you know, congratulations on your sales for November, or congratulations on your promotion, or, you know, so excited for you. Whatever it is, I write that little message on the back, and then they can keep these, or they can put them in their actual Project Life album if they're doing Project Life. So that's another way that you can use the app. So also the other thing that I want to mention is up here, it says greeting cards, and you can go in here and they keep these up to date. There's all kinds of them. There's graduation, there's Christmas. You just pick the one you want and then you can add your photo. So this could be your Christmas card. You can save this as to your camera roll and just have it printed in your normal printing place, or you can have Becky Higgins print these for you. That's a great feature that I love is on here, and they update these greeting cards often. There's some Valentine's Day, some Christmas. There's, I think baby ones. There's a ton in here, and that's a great feature for this app. So you are getting a lot of bang for your buck when you get the Project Life app, and so many things that you can do. So I love that. So the other app that I am using for Project Life is this Day One app. I'm sure you could have heard of it. It's very, very popular. I have not used it before now. I started using it in the beginning of October. And the reason why I did this is because I am having a difficult time with my journaling, remembering the things that happened. I really, truly want to remember some of the smaller details that happen in our life. I don't want to just journal and say, well, the kids went to school today and I worked. I mean, that's true. That is true to some days. However, what I want to be able to do is remember some of the details and some of the things my kids are saying, and all kids at all different ages say funny things, and I feel like I've never really captured that. And so I was looking for an app that could do what this is doing, and I had heard about Day One, so I went ahead and I downloaded it. And it's really phenomenal. You can get a premium version that you're charged for yearly, and it's like $34 a year, and you can have multiple journals. I'm really, really considering doing that. Not only do you have multiple journals, but then you have access to it on all of your devices. So I would have access to the Day One app on my desktop, for my iMac, or on my Air. So if I was in the living room and I wanted to jot something down, I could use it. So this is amazing because what you do, it's super simple, super straightforward. So if you don't have the premium version, you can download this for free and use it. You click on the day. I'm going to go ahead and view on the 6th when I started using it. So you can see that there's just very few, like a very little entry. So this was on the 6th. I just put in here that our walkathon for our elementary school raised over $20,000. So see, that's something that's perfect, that I would not remember necessarily that happened on the 6th. When I do my journaling for our Project Life album, I do it about every 3 months. I try to keep up on the photos, getting them in the album monthly, but even the journaling sometimes does not happen right away. So this is actually something that I would not remember actually happened on October 6th when I sit down to do my journaling, but now that's definitely something that I can put in there. So our walkathon for our elementary school raised over $20,000. I'm on the pep club and it was a lot of work, and so that is something that I definitely want to put in there. And then this says Esau was home from work. He was sick. That's very rare that my husband stays home from work, so it was notable. And then that we headed to Jackson around 8:30 for a little treat. So I put that in there. This app also will document where you have entered that. So this is our, home address and the time that you enter it, and then also the weather, which I think is awesome. So that was a small entry, right? But there have been other days. Let me see if I can find one. So on this day, there was a lot more that I wrote. So there was an awards ceremony with all 3 kids. Kayla met honor roll. I had wine Friday. My daughter went to a friend's after school. I had a friend that stopped by. So these are just like details. I was sick, so I had started to feel better. So lots of details for that day, and you can see it's much longer. For this app, you can either have a monthly view where you can just see. So for October, I started it on the 6th, and I missed about 4 days for the month of October. We are in the month of November, and I've missed 3 days. This is great because it has a like a little alert that will tell you like document your day, or what, you know, do you want to say something about your day? I have that set for the evening, so then I can just go in there. When you go in to create a entry, you do create an entry, blank slate right here. You can either type here on the keypad, or what I do is I use the voice. So if I click that, it's going to pick up whatever I'm saying and just enter that into the entry, right? Super simple. Then I can click off that, I'll hit return, and then I can do it again and start another paragraph. And then you can save that. So you just hit the check mark and it saves it. And again, it's gonna tell me where I'm at. It's gonna tell me the weather, which is a nice note. And then I don't know why this time doesn't change. That might be something that I need to check into the settings for. But the other great thing about this is that you can add a photo. In November, I did the 30 days of gratitude. And what I did is for each day of November, I was adding my photo. You can see here at the beginning of November, I started adding a photo to each day so that I would remember which photo I was thankful for. And on this day, I did my day one thankful, and then what I was thankful for, and then my photo is there. And I guess you can see that I guess the time does change. So maybe it was just really late when I was writing those other ones. This is a great feature for Project Life if you're doing a photo a day and you're not being able to keep up on it, and you're going long stretches. If you come in and you add some journaling and you add the photo, it would be very simple to then later on go back and add those to an album. I'm a little bit behind on adding my photos to these, but I have been keeping up on the thankful, you know, what I'm thankful for. So I like both views. I like this the long view where you can just see the date and you can see if you've written something. And then the calendar view is what I usually keep this on. So I can just click on whatever day that I'm doing it and add my entry. So this is the day one. So one of the reasons that I'm thinking about upgrading to the premium journal and having that is so that I can use this for like one little word, or I could have a journal for each of the kids. I could have a journal for like our Project Life, a journal for one little word. Oftentimes I find that what happens is I have thoughts, or I want to remember something, or I want to document something, and then I have no way to like write it down, or I'm not keeping track of it in that way, and I'm not getting that's not happening. So then my journaling is lacking, or I'm trying to remember. My memory is just, there's too much stuff going on in my head right now for me to be remembering all of the details I'm wanting to remember. So this is a great app, you guys. So just so, again, I want to just recap the two apps that I'm loving right now for Project Life is the Project Life app, of course, created by Becky Higgins, and then the Day One app. I would love to know if you guys are using either one of these, or if you have questions about them. Becky Higgins does an amazing training tutorials on her YouTube channel for the Project Life app. The best thing to do with any of these apps is just click on them and go in there and like look around. The other app that's really great for Project Life is, of course, going to be your Instagram. This is a great way even if you open up a private Instagram that maybe is not a public one, and you add a photo every single day and you add a caption. It's great. The Instagram works really great, and that actually, as I'm talking through with you guys, it may be a really good idea to open up, for me, to open up an Instagram account for my one little word that is a private account where I can add a photo and then add a caption to that, and maybe that would help me with my one little word. So I did want to mention Instagram as a bonus favorite app. It's not one of my two favorite apps since I'm not using it directly related to that, but it would work just as well. So I hope that that was helpful to you guys. I'm so sorry that I said so much, so very much. I hope that wasn't too annoying to you guys. If you have questions about the apps, those apps that I'm using, or if you have a suggestion of an app that you're using specifically for memory keeping, please let me know. I would be excited to look into other options. I'm always looking for options that are going to help me with my memory keeping be more efficient and keep up on it, since it is extremely important for me to do. And again, I hope this has been helpful for you guys. Hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. I will be back next week and we'll be diving into more fun projects. Have a great day, guys.